But I think that the AIMA conference of this year has been a very successful event. I think it has been discussed and addressed a lot of questions directly related with the possible ratification of the 2001 Convention on the Protection of Underwater Cultural Heritage by Australia. It has been important also to have such a wide array of different points of views about the possible implication of this ratification, not only in Australia but also in some other Asian states. The inputs received from different countries have also been very useful, since it shows that there are different approaches depending on the point of view, the point of departure, and even domestic legislations. At the very end, and to sum up, it has been 2 days plus 1 day of worship. Very, very interesting, and I think that the final product on the final declaration will be very important also to address these questions to the Australian government. Well, the case of Spain and the UNESCO Convention has been a continuous challenge. At the very beginning, during the negotiation process, we tried to include in the final text as much as cooperative efforts drafted in legal terms. It is also true that Spain had several, so to say, red lines, but finally, and once final text was adopted in 2001, Spain realized that the best option is to be in, and then in 2005 Spain decided to ratify the convention. This was with the idea of sending a clear message to the international community, but in particular to Latin American states and some other states in the Mediterranean plus Philippines, that Spain sees the convention as a very useful cooperative tool in order to protect underwater cultural heritage. This decision was also taken in a special and very delicate moment for the protection of Spanish underwater cultural heritage, with some case in discussion before the US courts around the sovereign title of several frigates, sunken Spanish frigates sunken in foreign or international waters. The final decisions in favor of the legal position of Spain also favors this new approach in Spain, trying to enhance our domestic and international legal position around the protection of underwater cultural heritage. Now, the most challenging issue for Spain is to show clearly a willingness to cooperate with the rest of state parties and even third parties to the convention on the different questions posed by the UNESCO Convention for the Protection of Underwater Cultural Heritage. We find some cases in and around the world, in Latin America, but also in Asia, in which the problem is that they are not going in the same line that the UNESCO Convention proposes, but just the contrary. The influence of treasure hunters companies and some other lobbies against the scientific protection of underwater cultural heritage has made that several countries had recently enacted domestic legislations against what it is said in the UNESCO Convention, or stopped the domestic legislative process in favor of the Convention and simply leave the things as they are now, so to say, open system for commercial uses of the underwater cultural heritage, which goes directly against what it is foreseen in the UNESCO Convention, that is the non-commercial uses of underwater cultural heritage, but the protection of that heritage.